I would say that in general, it's more of a sort of a mental state than it is anything physical or necessarily even active. It's I think attempting something that is beyond your comfort zone, and it's only through that sort of pushing yourself, stretching yourself, going into sort of dangerous territory that I think there is an evolution of consciousness that discoveries are made.
What Richard's really pioneered is this experience, special experiences. And when we think of traveling, we think of those sorts of things. We think of, seeing the Canadian Rockies, or going down the Mekong in Southeast Asia, or climbing Machu Picchu in Peru. We dream of these sorts of things.
Yeah. It was a surprise, I think, to many, including me, that most of the trips, the leisure trips at least, are booked by the woman of the household.
Yeah.
And that's certainly true in adventure travel. The easy treks, the cruises to the Galapagos or Antarctica, those are things that the woman in the 55 plus category, engineers.
Personally, my mother, she's going on a cruise in South America and then doing Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
And she's 65. So, I mean, it's just, people are more adventurous these days.
Yeah.
And people travel more internationally.
Yeah.
And it's easier, as you said, it's more accessible than it was. Like when you pioneered going down, doing first ascents down rivers like the Zambezi, I mean, you had to really figure out all the logistics and everything. Now it's all there at your fingertips, I suppose.
I know we've all been around long enough now to remember the days of telexes and pre-faxes, pre-email,
Yeah.
and the difficulty it was in trying to put together an adventure travel trip. When we started, about half of the world, so we started in the 70s, half of the world was not available to America or Americans as travelers. Mostly for political reasons, but
in terms of visas.
Yes, so you had the Iron Curtain, you had the Bamboo Curtain, so you had all of Russia, you had all of Eastern Europe not available to us, you had all of China and all of the sort of Chinese satellites that were not available to us. And so as an American, you could only really travel to half the planet, and even then,
Interesting.
it was extremely expensive. Because it was before airline deregulation. That's sort of the critical, I think, inflection point that made adventure travel possible.
I heard an interesting quote from Tony Fernandez, the CEO founder of AirAsia. And Asia is just such a huge opportunity for adventure travel, experiential travel. And his whole goal now, as he's built a big airline, is to get first-time travelers that have never been on a plane traveling. And he's opening up so many markets. Yeah. In Asia, across Asia, and these places that you didn't have air service before, they're now putting planes into. So the market's only going to get bigger and broader.